Gervonta Tank Davis is rumored to be making his return to the ring again, and this time fighting where he resides in the ATL against Yuriorkis Gamboa. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus using my link is in the description box of all of my videos, and it helps the channel as I am an affiliate. Appreciate everybody who signed up, already purchased. You know, the Nate Diaz Jorge Masvidal fight should be a poppin' fight November 2nd. Now, Mike Coppinger with The Athletic on his verified Twitter, he put sources: Gervonta Davis set to fight Yuriorkis Gamboa on December 28th on Showtime. Badu Jack will meet Jean Pascal in the Chief support bout. Atlanta, where Tank resides, is the front runner to host the event. New York City also in play. The WBA vacant regular lightweight title on the line. Now, to me, this is great news. One, I was at Gervonta Tank Davis's fight. Without a doubt in my mind, after leaving, the kid is a star. You know, it was a hometown fight. He won impressively. Like, you had to look at Ricardo Nunes, supposed to have some power and stuff like that. He caught lacking for like a split second, and Gervonta is so explosive. He used that opportunity. You know, really Roy Jones-esque, leaped in with like a hook and caught the man off guard, you know, immediately after a break, and jumped right on top of him. He swarmed him, you know, and Tank, the type of destructive power he has per his division, the ref is not going to allow the fight to continue because he landed a shot after that. You know, the first fight definitely rocked the man, and he was buzzed and all that. But then when he backed up against the ropes, because, you know, he was buzzed, Tank Davis jumped on him so quick and, you know, started putting a pause on him, and he landed a huge, I think it was the left, I don't remember off the top of my head, but he landed a huge shot that sent Ricardo Nunes, who was his mandatory, you know, his head like flying up towards the ceiling. So he's coming off a great win, actually two. And he fought, people forget, he was supposed to fight Abner Mares. Abner Mares pulled out with a detached retina, you know, wish him a speedy recovery. And Tank, you know, continued. He already had a camp in, so they didn't want to cancel it. So he ended up fighting Hugo Ruiz, and he knocked him out in the first round. It looked like he broke his nose. So this kid is, you know, really GTD. The brand is getting stronger. In this video, Floyd Mayweather said he's the truth, and, you know, Tank Davis is the #1 pound for pound and stuff. Just positive affirmations that he wants Tank to embrace, because he looked like he could carry the torch in terms of popularity, skill, and that type of stuff. Tank was also at the Baltimore Ravens. I think it was their second game for the season, their first home game. And from what I understand, Baltimore Ravens fans, I mean, just look at the stands. It'd be packed out. And I heard it's been sold out. Their game's been sold out since like the late 90s. So he's doing wonders for his city. He's doing a great job for Baltimore. And I guess he lives in Atlanta. And I think that's a great location. You got a young black fighter who is definitely influenced by and influences the hip-hop community and culture. You know, look at his girl. He was Ari, shit like that. So he's already kind of a crossover sensation where people, if you go to the Shade Room, you know, you see him on the Breakfast Club, you see him on, you know, different platforms that don't really cater to boxing, you know. So he definitely represents the youth. He represents Baltimore. He represents, you know, kind of the urban hip hop culture as well. So Atlanta, I've been there, and it's a great business city. I went to the Bronner Brother Hair Show. I got hired to do some video work. There's a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of money. So, you know, Tank brings a crowd wherever he goes. So I think that I wanted to be, no disrespect to New York, I wanted to be in Atlanta. I've always wondered why they haven't utilized ATL more for big fights. You know, they had the Super Bowl there one year, and it's just a place where it makes all the sense. They got the big buildings, they got football stadiums, they got everything. They got a sports culture following, you know, with the Hawks, and it just makes all the sense in the world to me to bring someone like that, like Tank, there. You know, you see him with Casanova right there, you know, walking out, and Lil Baby. So, you know, he's hip hop. He's part of the hip hop community and stuff like that. And ATL, I think a lot of people will show up for sure. Cause you got to look at it like certain places like Vegas, LA, ATL, New York. Those are big cities. So people like going there. Just like Atlanta got strip clubs and great places to eat and Waffle Houses and, you know, after parties and shit like that. So it's kind of for a celebrity, you know, if they have the time, it's kind of a destination. Like you want to go there. Like, no offense, but I've covered probably 5, 6, 7 Terrence Crawford fights in Omaha, Nebraska, and one time I got there late, and because I was super tired, because it's I'm from California, so there's a time differential, and I woke up at like 10. I couldn't find nowhere to eat. You get what I'm saying? Couldn't find nowhere to eat. I was trying to get Uber Eats or something, and a lot of places were closed because Terrence Crawford is like, unless they have a, like, you know, Adele, J-Lo, Cardi B concert or something, there's not as much to do. But Atlanta, like I said, is you got the D-boys and, you know, a lot of business moguls and stuff. There's always something to do. There's always something open, a Waffle House and stuff like that, similar to Vegas and LA and New York. You get what I'm saying? So I want to go to this. And I think the date is a couple days after Christmas, so that might stretch some people. Some people may not be able to attend based on the date, but I'm with it. I think they should really pull the trigger on ATL specifically, especially for Tank, especially if he lives out there. You know, make it easy for him. He probably knows the area, probably has a lot of connects and friends. Tank fought a last-minute replacement and brought Lil Wayne and Birdman. Hey, youngin', I ain't gonna say it no more. Don't tangle and twist it, you heard me? You know, and Drake and all them was at the fight, so I like it. As far as Gamboa, listen, some people are gonna say, oh, Gamboa's not the same. Tank is moving up to 135. He's fighting for a vacant title his first fight, which shows you that he had him and his team and Mayweather Promotion, Mayweather, Floyd, and Leonard Ellaby, they got some pull, and Tank got some pull because his first fight in a new division, he's fighting for a regular title. Gamboa's no sucker. You know, they've sparred in the past. Gamboa, he was actually on this Tank Davis card, and he had a nasty knockout of Rocky Martinez. I think he dropped him and then knocked him out. So we know Gamboa has power, he has speed, he's a gold medalist and Olympian, so I'm not mad at it. Closing the year, you know, fiscal budgets get tighter for the different companies and stuff, so I think this will be a big event. And there's a couple people from Baltimore, like Malik, and they signed with Mayweather Promotions, so you know Tank's, you know, some of his stablemates and people he grew up with and that he knows well will probably be on the card. I really like this. I really like this movement, and I actually got it right. If you guys remember my video, the only thing I got wrong, I said I thought this was going to be on December 14th, but they're talking about December 28th. But I told you they would pair this with Jean Pascal and Badu Jack, you know, and put him on the card, which is another great fight. Jean Pascal, he just beat Marcus Brown, a U.S. Olympian, and dropped him a couple of times. So he's the champion. Badu Jack, valiant effort against Marcus Brown, but we know him having a nasty headbutt or cut or whatever opened that up. I don't even know how he continued to even fight like that. So another Mayweather Promotions fighter that been on a little bit of layoff since January. I was at that fight too with Marcus Brown, and it was pretty grotesque. Him and Tyson Fury definitely get the award for bloodiest face fight this year. You know what I'm saying? And showing the heart to continue through that. So I've always liked Badu Jack. He's a workhorse. Unfortunate what happened in his fight with Marcus Brown, just because, you know, that type of stuff compromises your performance. So him getting a crack at the title with Jean Pascal, I like it, especially on this card. I think it makes sense, man. Another Mayweather Promotion fighter, and let's get it. Tank, I mean, his star power is getting crazy, and I think people are realizing it. And you know, you're gonna have the usual suspects and detractors hating on Tank and saying, oh, why is he fighting Gamboa, and Gamboa can't do this. But bro, it's a new weight class. Gamboa has more experience at 135 than Tank. Plus, Gamboa at 135 gave an early Terrence Crawford his toughest fight. I asked Terrence Crawford that, and he said his toughest fight was Gamboa. I mean, yeah, was Gamboa. I got it on tape somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Him and Bomac, he was like, yeah, I probably picked that fight. So to see where Tank's at, you know, it's a good kind of a measuring stick. You could argue that Gamboa has, you know, not been the same since that. But I think for a first fight in a new division, he's fighting a named person. So, and an Olympian, someone who has experience with him, sparred with him, someone who has power, you know, he's going to have to respect it. So, you know, I'm looking forward to this. I hope they fully announce it. And like I said, shout out to my man Tank. His star power continues to grow. And another thing is the usual suspects complain that Tank was inactive last year when he only fought one time a year. This will be his third fight for the year. I'm not mad at that. I like that activity. He's a person who, you know, had a couple, as Joshua would say, blips with his weight. And keeping him active, I think, is a good thing for, you know, he's popular. You don't want him to get too caught up in the life, you know, kicking it with rappers and shit. That's cool. But rappers could do stuff that the professional fighter is not beneficial for them. You know, a rapper can drink Hennessy every night. But if a fighter does that, then that could affect his livelihood and his performance. So I like them keeping Tank active. And he's young, he's in charge, and he's making moves. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you like what I'm doing, smash the like button. We working.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.